Hey, you're on the air. How are you?
Oh, I'm just fine. Tell Brandon Johnson to, since crime's down in Chicago, to ride the L at midnight without his entourage or his bodyguards, and tell him to wear his Rolex while he's at it, his gold chain. What, are you kidding me? They're looting stores on Michigan Avenue in broad daylight.
So do we bring in the federal military to fix the problem?
Absolutely. The police department can't handle it. The same way the INS couldn't handle the border. You got to bring in the troops to control it.
What about in the region? Should we have the troops come into the region?
Put them on the border. Let's keep these people from coming into Indiana.
So wait a second. Put federal troops on the border between Indiana and Illinois.
Absolutely. Ask the people what they want, not these jughead politicians. The people want the guard in Chicago. All people in Chicago want the guard, all races. People are afraid. You can't go down there, Jim. It's not safe.
Hey, what about the thing that the last two callers said? Trump all good, everything not Trump bad.
Come on, but let's look at what's going on. Let's compare Indiana to Illinois. Illinois is broke. Anybody can see that they're broke. Chicago's billions of dollars in debt. Illinois, the pensions are ridiculous. They're like 35% funded. Well, the Chicago school system is $1 billion in the hole. How are these Democrats think they're going to fix all these things? They're going to raise taxes. How much more can you raise taxes?
Well, you bring up an interesting thing, because I was reading the article that I want to get to out of USA Today, and they're saying that a lot of people are moving to Indiana partly because of the political climate in Illinois, and they're coming here, and you could see that Lake County keeps getting more and more Republican, mostly because many of the people moving from Illinois aren't just escaping taxes, they're escaping a kind of a way of life. And so what happens if they come in and they redistrict thing and you have 9 Republicans from Indiana? Does it start to go the other way? Do people start to leave the state of Indiana who don't feel comfortable here and don't feel like they have any voice whatsoever? And that is an interesting question.
Yeah, and you know what the answer is? Let's divide the damn country. If you want to live in a blue state, go live in a blue state. If you want abortion, if you want people to no cash bail, go live in a blue state. If you want law and order, if you want low taxes, you move to a red state. This country's so divided; it's never going to come back together.
No, that's not true.
Before.
I disagree with that. I agree with it. It's so divided, and I'm trying to get you going, but I don't agree with that. I agree. I think that we are all Americans, and that at some point we will remember that. Now, it may may take a traumatic event, but
yeah, it's going to be the next Civil War. That's what's going to end up happening. Yeah, we'll all come together. The winning side will take over.
Now, I kind of agree with you. I feel like we're headed toward that, and it's kind of weird. All right, man. Hey, thanks. Hey, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Jim, it's Vinny.
Hey, Vinny, how are you?
And me and Sandy were talking. She would give up a dozen parlor donuts for Donald Trump. She loves Trump. And you know, Sandy, taking her donuts, it's like taking a sardine from a walrus. That ain't happening.
You know, I got to say, Vinny, your Pittsburgh Pirates are having a little trouble lately. What do you think about their relief pitching staff?
They're fantastic. They're going to be fine. Don't worry about them. The Steelers are fine. But all
right, thanks a lot. Hey, you're on the air. Go ahead.
You took that hook, didn't you?
Man, I'm just like you're the last caller, because these people have somewhere to go. Look, she's looking at her watch. Here, I'm going to show this.
Good. Well, we all have someplace to go except you.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, when you go back and cherry pick your scores back in the spring to raise your handicap, that's called sandbagging.
That is not. That's called. You know, I put in my the guy said, he goes, yeah, later in the year you tend to shoot better. And I put like 5 scores in, and I go, yeah, that's way too low of a handicap. I go, I need to include spring in there too. And once I put in spring, it's like two different golfers.
You just said it out loud, though, and I imagine one or two of your friends listen. You just said, I really need to raise my handicap from 14 to 16.
Well,
You said it out loud.
The swing you had me at 10. And I'm like, no, actually 9.7.
Oh, no, that's
I go, I haven't
too low.
been a
That's too low.
single-digit handicap in 25 years. So,
Me either.
yeah, but anyways, go ahead. Let's quit talking about it because a couple of my buddies do listen, and then they're going to say that I am sandbagging, especially when I come out and shoot a 39 today and win 2 skins. But anyways, go ahead.
I'm all for going for the center of the green. That's a great philosophy. If you're a weekend warrior, that's it, man. Go for the center of the green. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Good advice. Hey, you get you were earlier. You were talking about how angry people are and the discord and the division. And you're right. I mean, it is. And the people that come on here that are screaming and are angry, they think they're winning.
They are winning.
In some sort of way, they think, the far right. If they allegedly call themselves the far right, I say locally, there's not much daylight between Democrats and Republicans locally.
No, it's just chaos or not chaos.
Yeah.
Who wants to shake things up or who wants the status quo? That's all the difference is.
Well, I don't even think either one of those apply today. I mean, we're living in a whole completely different world today. So
let me ask you this. All Trump, all good? Everything else, all bad? Yes or no?
Well, no, of course not. That's the Marsha-Hani syndrome, right? And you have a lot of callers that call in. And, I could probably pick a handful of things that he's been successful. Would I have done him that way? I probably wouldn't have done him that way. But, we're a nation. We're a nation of laws, and you can't come here illegally. I mean, he said his whole campaign, among other things, that he lied. But he said, I'm going to close the border, and he did. I mean, whatever statistic you cherry pick that side wants to cherry pick, go ahead. But you can't. I'm not that. I call balls and strikes. Right? If somebody, I don't care if they do a good job or if they say what they're a campaign promise or just any promise, then I'm going to say, hey, you did it. That's just the way it is.
Hey, listen. You know how else it is? I have people in here that are here to promo something, and I'm making them wait like forever. So maybe I'll go along.
Well, anticipation goes a long way. And when you create anticipation, it makes people want that product more. Or tell them they can't have it.
You know what? Nothing. I'll just leave it clean there.
So about you keep saying about bringing the National Guard in, and Trump's going to bring this, and Trump's going to do that. You've been with this station a long time, and you've been 1996. Mayor Scott King, who switched to he was a Democrat, then he switched to being an independent. Do you remember when he called 100 ISP officers in? And it was bedlam in the city.
Yeah, but it was safe for a little while. Well, it was actually worse afterwards, if I remember.
It was, exactly. Anytime you have an influx of officers or National Guard, yes, all the criminals are going to go underground, and they're going to wait till they leave, right? What you need is sustainability.
Hey, I need is to get along here. Call me back later, all right? I got to do this. All right. Hi, how are you? Somebody's mic is on.
Oh, hi. I didn't know.
And what's your name?
I'm Tracy Onahan.
And what's your name?
Renee Reinhardt.
And here's what's going to happen. This woman here is in charge, usually from 7 o'clock on.
Okay.
But I'm going to come out there. We're going to play a spot, and she's going to sit here and take her rightful place as the boss. And then you're going to have to, you know what? You could stay. You're going to be me, and then I'll sit over here in the other chair, and you'll interview both of us. How does that sound?
I love it.
All right, we'll be right back on the Voice and Face of the Region. Adriana Alvarez has started classes and has still come to work. This is her last undergraduate semester, In other words, she is going to graduate early so that she can be plucked away from me.
Possibly early, maybe. If they have classes for me next semester, I'm going to take them.
Well, who do I mean, I got some pull over here. You want me to use it?
Maybe.
Because the other option is she finishes her semester and then somebody that listens here and works at some company in Chicago, some media company, and lives in Indiana and listens on the way in is going to go, oh, well, why don't we interview her? And next thing you know, I get plucked away again. So if you want to go on, just tell me what classes you want, and let me go over there and talk to the director of curriculum. In the meantime, what's the weather?
So currently right now at the Strack and Van Til Studios, it is 53 degrees. Today we're seeing highs of 73 degrees with partial sunshine, and tonight lows of 52 degrees. Moving forward into the rest of the week, on Wednesday, highs of 76 degrees and lows of 61. Sun in areas and high clouds and nice weather. And then on Thursday, we're seeing a little bit of rain with highs of 74 degrees and lows of 56 degrees. Intervals of cloud and sunshine, a couple of thunder showers around the early afternoon.
How long do you think you'll have to work to be able to afford a purse like this?
You know,
look at this thing.
In this economy, give me 5 years.
What does this CG mean, or is that GG?
It's Gucci. It was a present.
This, I mean, you know, I've had to go in and kind of wait outside in the mall. It's been years. And then my wife comes out with a purse, right? How much was that? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
This
That's the right
is
answer.
expensive right here, isn't it? Very expensive. Who's it a present from?
My husband.
Well, so it's essentially you guys are buying it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an investment.
You really probably deserve this,
I-
having to live with him,
100%.
whoever he is. But he's a nice, I mean,
He's a good guy.
either he did something horribly wrong and had to buy you a really nice purse, or it's just an expression of love.
Definitely an expression of love.
This is, all right, here, I'm going to go bring it up here. I mean, I'm
I
not
could've
all
said
that
that.
into purses. Rick Federici would know. But this is really nice. Now, why is it 2 Gs? It's only 1, right? Is this the...
Show it again. I
right.
up the exposure. You can't
All right.
really see that.
All right, can you see it now?
Go ahead and sit back down, and I'll zoom in on it.
All right.
Oh, man,
Well,
I
I
might
don't
get a
want to
new
have a
purse
purse
out
on
of
my
this.
lap. So I'm going to get rid of this thing, and I'm going to put it out here so someone could steal it who's walking by. Your name, please?
Renee Reinhardt.
And?
Tracy Onahan.
All right, I said it. Renee, Tracy. And why are you guys here? What's going on?
Well, we're here to promote our fundraiser. It's a Munster Highland bike ride. So we're doing a poker run along our beautiful bike trails, September 7th. So it's Sunday. We're going to start at Fuzzy Line Brewery. We've got 7 additional stops. So I want to give a shout out to our participating partners. That's 313, New Oberfalls, Grindhouse, Wild Rose, Byway, SIP, Fuzzy Line, and the Worst. So it's a family-friendly event. You ride at your own pace. You can stop at many of those stops as you want, and you get a poker card at each stop, and the goal is to get a winning poker hand. So we'll wrap up at 3 p.m. at Fuzzy Line. We'll start a patio party there, and we'll have some cool prizes for the best poker hand and maybe even some for the worst.
All right, explain what a poker run is.
So you go to each of the stops, and we'll have a sister from Munster Highland Tri-Kappa there with poker cards, and you'll get a card at each stop. And then when we finish up the ride at Fuzzy Line, the best hand wins.
So it starts at what time?
It starts at 11.
At what brewery?
Fuzzy Line. Fuzzy Line's hosting us, so shout out to
It
Alex.
starts at Fuzzy Line and ends at Fuzzy
Ends
Line.
at Fuzzy Line.
So if you like have a purse you want to leave or something, you would leave it at Fuzzy Line, right?
Yeah.
But not on the table like it is here. So you leave from Fuzzy Line, and where's the first stop?
You ride at your own pace, so you don't have to go to any, or you can go to any or all of the stops.
All right,
So
what are the other 6 ones you have? Or how many are there total? 7?
there's 7 other stops.
All right,
So
say 'em again.
313
Okay.
in Munster,
I got it.
New Oberfalls.
Which is way the other direction.
Yeah.
We got the
Okay.
map up here.
Yeah. Grindhouse, Wild Rose, Byway, SIP, and the Worst.
So what would I do? Can you bring that map up again?
Yes, again.
What's the date on this?
It's Sunday, September 7th, with the rain out of the 14th.
So on Sunday, September 7th, isn't that like a Bears game that day?
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, can you see what time the
I
Bears
bet you
play?
Alex would put the
On the
Bears
7th,
game
yes.
up at Fuzzy Line.
All right. So you're aware that 313 is my brother-in-law and Tony Hannis, right? No, but anyways.
No.
You got them playing on Monday the 8th, so there's no Bears game on that day.
All right.
See,
that's
that was
a
planned. That was planned.
Was it really?
We always look at the Bears schedule first.
I was going to say.
They're playing the Vikings that day.
I once had to go to a wedding, and I won't. And the guy who listens to the show, and it was right in the middle of the Notre Dame was number 2 in the country, and they were playing number 1, and the wedding was at 6:30, and the game was at 7, and they didn't allow any TVs on the location because everybody would go watch the games, and they didn't want that at their wedding. So Russ Radke, the old football coach, was there, and he found a TV in the kitchen and was going in and out of the kitchen all night. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He goes, shh, I got a TV back here. Let's go watch the game. But anyway, so that is you always got to look at football schedule in the fall. So can you bring that map up? All right, so what I would do is I probably wouldn't go to Fuzzy Line to start. I would probably, from my house, go over to my brother-in-law's bar, and that'll be in Munster at 313. Now, you don't realize it, even though it's not on that trail, you can take the trail and pick it up basically in Hammond and then start coming up, I guess that would be to the northeast. And then the first one you would hit, like say you drove down we went from Munster and you went through Wicker Park, your first one would be Fuzzy Line. And then who's the other one in right there in downtown? I see a red star. Which one? Sip?
Sip Coffee House, yep.
They don't serve any booze there, right?
No, this is a family-friendly ride, so you can get a beer or you can get a coffee.
latte?
Yeah.
You know, do you ever go there?
Yeah, all the time.
So they have those lattes they make, and they put those nice decorations on top, and they're just jam-packed with caffeine, which would be a good thing. Say you got there at noon, right? So if you went to Fuzzy Line and stopped in and said hello, and then you went to Sip, and then you rode down the bike path past Griffith and Highland High Schools,
Yep.
right? You'd get them both.
Yep.
And then you would go to the Worst. What is that? I've not been there. Is that the deli?
Yeah.
Yep.
In downtown Griffith.
So you could probably, I think my daughter goes there all the time. So bring that up there, will you? All right, so you could go to the Worst. Then you can go to Grindhouse, which has the best or second best gluten-free sandwich in the region. Right there, the Grindhouse Cafe does. And then these two ne'er-do-wells at Wild Rose and New Oberfalls, you could get a beer there, and quite frankly, possibly they would fight it out for the best beers in Griffith right there. And so you would be able to go to those. So that's 5 in downtown Griffith. Who's the other one? It says the Worst, Grindhouse, New Oberfalls, and Wild Rose. And then there's an extra star sitting there.
That might be a typo. So those are our stops in Griffith.
Okay, 4 stops in
Yep.
Griffith, 2 in Highland, and then 1 in Munster. Okay? And what is Tri Kappa?
We are a philanthropic
And
organization.
can you say your name again?
I am Tracy Anahan.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. We're a philanthropic organization that's within only in Indiana. We have 216 chapters, but our group is just Munster and Highland. So everything that we do is to give back to those two communities. And we do fundraising, we do volunteering, we give to families in need. We support the scholarships for Highland and Munster high schools, and both police departments and fire departments too, and other like Haven House, Humane Indiana, Girls on the Run, Who's Your Buddies. So we do as much as we can to give back.
So Munster and Highland come together.
Believe it. Believe it or not.
In one. I can't
In
think
a nonviolent
I
manner.
can't think of anything. I remember one time when Munster and Highland tried to merge their fire departments years ago. That didn't go real well. I mean, I can't think of anything else that is like a Munster Highland organization.
Right.
Right? This may be the only one.
We're just trying to bring peace to the world.
I mean, think about it. Is there any other? Nothing. I can't. I mean, certainly the high schools don't work together at all. I mean, there's.
I went to Highland, so I've always been bred to dislike Munster. So it's just a thing.
Kind of the same way. You know, like you would think like a guy like Dan McNeil who comes in here 1 year apart from me, and that eventually we would get along. But there's always this like thin line of, you know, you were a Highland guy and a really mouthy guy on the line and never really changed. And I just can't get past it. You know what I mean? It's there. So I'm glad to see you guys are bringing the two towns together. We need less of that. But anyways, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But you guys do raise money. I know, isn't, so you have some people from Munster, right? I think, is Debbie Wargo one of them? She was at one point.
She was at one time, yeah.
Yeah. And so I remember, you know, supporting that. So you guys are going to try to raise money. How do you raise money?
We do different events.
No, but I mean on this one.
So it's $30. You can find it on Eventbrite if you Google Munster Highland Tri Kappa. But if you put WJOB in the promo code, you're going to get $5 off.
All right. So if you put WJOB in a promo code, now what does the $25 get you?
Just a super cool day with Tri Kappa.
Okay, cool. So it's a donation. It's not like you get a free drink when you go there or anything like that. All right, you still got to buy your beer, but it is a donation to Tri Kappa for putting all this together and bringing Munster Highland and Griffith together.
Bringing peace to Munster.
How did Griffith get in here?
You know what?
Don't they have their own Tri Kappa?
They do.
Yes, they do. They have a great Tri Kappa.
Are they
also.
okay with you guys coming into their town like this?
You know, that's something we don't like to discuss.
You know what? As a matter of fact, is Munster at Griffith in football this Friday? And
I can look. Also, we do have a phone call.
Yeah, okay, we'll take it in just a second. But Munster is at Griffith, and you know what? I've ridden my bike to that many times, and I think I'll probably even do that this Friday. But this is really kind of a cool thing you guys are doing, because not only are you raising money and making it family friendly so that you could take your little kids or whatever, you're also bringing the communities together, all three of them. And all three of these should have the same fire department, if you ask me. Sorry, I had to throw that in. Let's take a phone call, 219-845-1100. Hi, how is everything? Yeah, me too. Well, I think I'll start at 313, and then I'll go to Fuzzy Line. I go to SIP a lot. I meet Chancellor Keon over there and Billy Baker once in a while. But probably might bypass SIP on this one just because, you know, I got certain needs. And maybe even Grindhouse. But New Oberfalls. So probably go to 313 Fuzzy Line, New Oberfalls, and finish up at Wild Rose. What about you? All right. Okay, hey, thanks for the phone call. I appreciate it. So anything else? You couldn't hear it? What's wrong with you?
I got it now.
Yeah. So anything else you want to say about this?
No, we hope to see you out there because everything we earn from this is going back to our scholarships. So we appreciate your time today. And
how do people get a scholarship if they go to Highland or Munster? Do they go to the guidance counselor and they will direct them?
Yeah, Highland goes through. We go through Dollars for Scholars. And then Munster, actually, they do their own scholarships. But, yeah, we have a committee that takes care of that, and they can contact the school first. But, yeah, there are also Tri Kappa scholarships that are statewide that can also be gotten. But there's different criteria for that one. But.
So you're from Tracy. You're from Highland.
Uh-huh.
And you're from Highland also?
Yep.
So you guys are like Highland lifers?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't know where you're going to wind up, right?
But
you went to Highland High School?
I actually went to Lake Central and graduated from Lake Central, but I did have some time in the Highland school system.
All right, so kind of a Highland lifer, or you're very pro-Highland. And then you're bringing the other two communities into this, and it's really kind of cool. Yeah. September 7th on a Sunday. Adriana, can you remember for us to promo that in the week going there? Look, they got a nice, it's $45 with a T-shirt. What's the T-shirt like?
It's like a green short sleeve T-shirt that's pretty much got the same thing. It just
It's
says
got the sponsors on it and
no,
stuff?
it doesn't have the sponsors.
Doesn't?
No.
But it's made for riding in a bicycle, and so that you could see the person pretty easily, and that's what a lot of
Yeah.
riders ride anymore, is this like incredibly translucent green, which really doesn't fit anywhere. Like
I
if
think
you're
we got it right here.
yeah, you got the
These shirts.
is that
Oh no, that's from our golf outing.
that's from the golf outing? Can you go back to that photo?
Yeah.
When was the golf outing?
We had two. We had one at Wicker and we had one at Oak Knoll a couple of years ago, and then things started getting a little.
That's almost all Highland people right there, isn't it?
Yeah, we do have a handful of Munster.
So are you looking for more Munster people?
Sure.
That wasn't a resounding yes, you know what
We
I
would
mean?
welcome more members that want to come in and help us.
And
do
how would
good.
they get a hold of you? Is there a website, or do you have
No,
a Facebook
it's an
page?
invite
Well, what
only
about
group,
this?
but-
It's an invite-only group.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That way you're able to keep out Munster
Yeah,
people.
I'd be like, oh, Munster? No, can't do. No can do.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Now, are there any guys in it?
And there are people in the group that do not live in Munster or Highland.
Oh, okay.
So there are some people, like maybe they went to Highland High School, or they're just friends and they just like doing community things. So they do help out for these communities, even though they don't live there.
Cool. Munster Highland Tricappa, they're having a poker run on Sep 7, and Adriana will remind us to remind all of you that it is coming up, especially if it looks nice weather. Let's get people out, use the bike paths, and support a good cause. All right. Hey, thanks for waiting.
Hey, thanks
and
for your
thanks for
time.
putting up with the fact that I don't want to go back to talking politics like I was. So I'm stretching this out and actually trying to be entertaining, and that never works. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and then Adriana's going to come back with the weather, and I'm going to make a bagel with cream cheese after this on the Voice and Face of the Region.